I've not had anything to eat since breakfast. I've got no money to get any food or get any drink. Really hit me now how bad things really are. I've got 20p to my name. That's it.
Life in Liverpool amidst the biggest fall in living standards on record. Before the current cost of living crisis, worsened by Brexit, the pandemic and war in Ukraine, many people were just about managing. But soaring inflation, energy costs, food prices and wage stagnation have left working people reeling. This is what it means to live in a poverty trap.
UK inflation has hit its highest level in almost 30 years, as soaring food costs and the energy crisis drive up prices.
According to new research by the charity Action for Children, almost 2 million children in the UK could be trapped in poverty and hardship because at least one parent faces a barrier to working or taking on extra work, and some 440,000 children are in poverty despite at least one parent working full-time. Of that number, 250,000 are in poverty despite living in a household with two parents where both are in full-time employment. The International Monetary Fund predicts the UK will be the only advanced economy in the world to contract this year. Recession is on the horizon, and the government's response is a new era of financial austerity and public spending cuts. The more people need help, the less is seemingly on offer.
The rise in the cost of living is hitting the poorest households hardest. Many turn to charities for help and advice.
Give us this day our daily bread. So said the unfed. Give us it because the baby's half dead. Because when Susie's heading to the bank, she doesn't mean that West. There wouldn't be any point anyway. They have cropped the Lord's Prayer. They want one thing from the divine, daily bread. Hence why when we talk about poverty, we call it the bread line, where £1.85 means you are buying some red wine, and the Daily Mail's headlines invade minds like head lice. And on the corner near Home Bargains, Aidan sits on the paves. He'll gladly accept your coppers, but is desperate for change. Tin cans and plastic bags lovingly arranged, he tells me, this is a food fight. This is the Hunger Games, and little Benny's tummy is rumbling. He calls out to eat something, and Mummy's coming, but in her hand she's carrying nothing. And he's crying again. Off he goes, but little does he know his mum hasn't eaten for 3 days in a row. See, sometimes I hope that I'm seeing fake news on the television, because what I'm seeing is so shocking I want it to be fiction. Then I hear complaints from my mates when a packet of grapes is out of their price ranges, and I don't mean to make this an issue of religion, but with prices like high-rises, those fruits remain forbidden. I'm not a cynic, but it's ridiculous when the 1% are still fattened up like chickens. How is this still a problem in Britain? How here do 8 million still struggle to get food into the kitchen? And why are those worst affected, including 1 in 5 children? And yet these issues are still hidden. These stories remain unwritten and nobody's listening. But the thing with Pandora's box is that there's still hope within it. And that hope comes from the times that I've seen people looking out for their neighbours, even those normally cautious with their wages. And yet, when I see people collecting donations, it's not the suits that are paying up, it's the teenagers. Random acts of bravery every day by the nameless, so forget God. Because I reckon that 5,000 can be fed without divine intervention. So give us this day our daily bread. Or at least give us the means. Because we'll manage the rest.
Change is possible. There is hope.
Change is possible. There is hope.
Change is possible. There's hope. There's hope.
Change is possible and there is hope. Change is possible, there's hope.
Change is possible, there is hope.
Change is possible, there is hope.
Change is possible,
and there is hope.
Change is possible, there is hope. Change is possible. There is hope.
Change possible. There is hope.